How you doing today, folks? Now, is this an axe in my pocket, or am I just happy to see you? The answer is a little bit of both. So this is the cold steel cane, because I'm a crippled fuck right now, with an axe head. Now, I got this one in as well as the kind of like blackthorn looking shillelagh stick, which I got some things to talk about that one on a different video. But this is my axe head cane. So to give you guys an idea, I hurt myself pretty bad recently, and I recently got my surgical boot off, but I still have like a brace on and some other stuff as well. But the doctor was like, hey, the bone is healing very, very nicely, but there's some problems around the actual break itself. So you're going to be very, very weak for a while. I would suggest you either using a singular crutch to balance your weights, or to get a cane. And this might last between 1 and 3 months or for the rest of my life. Now, obviously, I'm pulling for the 1 to 3 month. I can't even talk. Obviously, I'm pulling for the 1 to 3 month diagnosis, but just in case it is the rest of my life, which would suck, I got a couple different canes. I got this one from Cold Steel. Now, as a guy that has never used a cane before in his life, I'm going to be honest with you all, I didn't know what to look for. Now, this is a 37-inch, well, to be clear, it's a 36.5-inch cane. It is listed online as 38. Now, when you're actually measuring for a cane, you want to have your hands completely free, your shoulders kind of like straight up because you want proper posture, and you want to kind of relax your arms, and then where your actual like your wrist falls is where you want the cane to be at. For me, that's about 41 inches because I'm 6'8". Now, this is too short, but 38 was something I thought I could deal with. 37.5 or 37 inches, I forgot what I measured, I think it was 37, is too short. That 1 inch for a cane makes a very big difference. So first and foremost, if you do want this cane, be aware the measurements are off. Also be aware, this bitch is heavy. This is thick material. Now, I don't have a whole lot of experience with canes. I've used an aluminum cane before, briefly at the hospital. They had like the ugly looking white ones. And I also have a friend of mine who wears a cane because he got his like kind of his ankle / knee really damaged serving overseas. And so he has this like really kind of cool like red twill carbon fiber cane that I'm fucking jealous of, but it costs like $800, so I'm not buying that. But you know, those are life goals right there because his thing looks badass. And his is a lot lighter than this. It's also a lot thinner. This is a pretty fat cane. I have a giant ass head. I have size 2XL hands. I can wrap my whole freaking hand around this, and I don't really have very much, over the edge. It takes a lot to fill these mitts, and this fills them all the way. It's a very thick cane. It's also fairly heavy. This is a nice kind of contour point. It's not very sharp at all, but you can definitely feel it. However, the beard right here could literally cut somebody. I don't know if that's by design because it's an axe head, but I will say you're supposed to hold it like this, and occasionally your hand will move around or whatever and touch this, and it sucks. Now, to be clear, it'd be pretty easy to like file that down or whatever, and it probably will, but from the actual factory, that's what you can expect. Now, as far as the actual durability, I've had this for about a little over a week now. I am 6'8". At my best times, when I'm not on my ass constantly, right, like I have been lately, I'm about 280 pounds. I'm pushing 300 pounds right now. Now, I'm very, very tall, so you probably can't tell and don't think I weigh 300 pounds. Honestly, I have a little bit of chub, but not very much, but still, that scale says I'm 304. This supports my fat ass. There's no bend, there's no sway, there's no absolutely anything. It is rock solid. And most people that use canes use them as like a kind of like a walking stick. Me, I have this thing tucked straight underneath my actual hip, and I'm putting majority of my body weight on it because my ankle does not support weight right now pretty much at all. I can get maybe like 20% of my weight before it wants to buckle. So the rest of that is being held together with this. And it's so far, anyways, in this last week, again, it is not bent, it is not swayed, it is not buckled, it has been rock solid. I will say this is a tip from my crutch, and this is required. On carpet, like certain rooms of the house is, like our bedrooms right now have carpet in them, it's fine. The actual living room is hardwood, which leads into the actual dining room, and then the walkway and the kitchen, and all this stuff is all hardwood, right? Well, kitchen's tile to be clear, but tile and hardwood, this is slippery as hell. If you just, walking stick, a little bit of balance, fine. You're putting your actual weight on it, this thing almost killed me. So I had to cannibalize my old crutch and then put this tip on there. And now it's a whole lot better. It's also just a little bit taller, not very much, but every little bit counts. Now, as far as the appeal of having a axe head, one, it looks awesome. Two, it is actually really comfortable. This is super functional, y'all. So I'm probably going to take a leather wrapper or whatever and wrap it around here or right here to get out a little bit of customization to it. But just as it comes from the factory, really, really comfortable. Right here is super rounded out. So how this is a hot spot and will literally stab you. This, I could just do this and feel nothing. This, I can't. This is still rounded out very nicely, but it's not as nice as this. This will fucking hurt. And that leads me to the fundamental piece of the marketing of this thing, which is a weapon. Now, I didn't really understand cane fighting, to be completely honest. I've been doing martial arts most of my life. I've been training with weapons since like 2016, 2017, something like that. So almost 10 years. And I didn't get it. And then I got it in hand and I was like, ooh, this is weighty. This would fucking hurt. And I was like, I wonder how bad this hurts. Oh yeah, I'm just tapping myself. And I'm getting a headache. Actually, I literally have a headache now. That was stupid. I could have just said that. Ow. Now, as far as this end, as you can see, it's much thicker. So, like, it doesn't feel good. This piece right here, on the other hand, if someone were to attack you and you turn this around and just rake it against their face or their head, man, I've not done it, so I don't know the damage it's going to cause, but I can pretty much guarantee they're going to stop wanting to attack you because it's just doing like a little bitty tap. That shit hurts. My head is legitimately throbbing right now, folks. Like, this is not no like YouTube over drama bullshit. Like, my head is throbbing from just doing those little bitty taps. This is effective. Now, beyond just being effective as this, you definitely do a lot of damage with this piece. I have pretty much no staff training, and as such, I have no cane training. So I can be like, do this, and this, and this, and this, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's a sword, it's an actual axe that's properly weighted, if it's any number of different weapons, cool. This is not something that I know about. But I do know that the human body is very, very fragile. And I do know that it doesn't take that much to knock somebody out, which is how we're able to drop folks with these little freaking meat hooks that we all have. Your knuckles are soft. Like, this is not a hard surface. Even like this, it's not a hard surface. And we can't generate that much force in general. It doesn't matter who we are, right? The more you work out, the stronger you get, yes. But it's still not that much force in the greater scheme of things, but it can devastate a human body. You add something like this to the mix, which is a force amplifier. Oh yeah, someone's going down. They're going to be in a lot of pain. So if you are cane trained, this is awesome. If you're just wanting to use a cane, this is awesome. I actually really like this. And again, it's super functional. That freaking blackthorn one, I don't really find it functional. It's very awkward to use. Can you use it? Yes, a little bit, I guess, but it's not great. I'll definitely do a video on that one as well. But as far as an actual review goes, over the last week of using this thing, I have, smacked into it with some stuff or whatever. You'll get like some white streaks along it, but then it's pretty easy to just wash off and then it looks brand new again. Like, you really cannot tell I did anything with it. I have a junkyard not too far from my house that I kind of like leaned against the car and I was smacking it with it. It broke a window. It took several hits. It's not an immediate thing, but it did work. Smacking this into like, objects or whatever, it definitely did damage. They had significant dents on them and everything else. So, if it dents metal, it'll definitely dent a person. But as far as an actual cane goes, I love this. I love it a lot more than I thought I would. I wish it was longer. If they had this in like a 40 inch or 41 or 42 inches, this would be perfect. As it is, I'm having a custom cane made for me, which is about, $200, but this is 20 bucks. I bought this from Midway, USA. This is, I think, $22, and the Blackthorn walking stick was like 19. 20 bucks. And I'm 6'8". I'm about 304 pounds right now because I'm getting fat. And it holds me up. It feels great. It's not perfect. It definitely is too short. My whole body's leaning when I use it, which is not good for my back or anything like that. So not ideal, but most people are not 6'8", 304 pounds. So if you are either A, not a fat ginger, or B, if you're average height, or even if you're like 6 feet tall, right, this will probably fit you just fine. I'm just abnormally tall, and that's not necessarily the fault of the product. But this thing is crazy. I love it. I don't want to give it a score because what the fuck do I know about canes? I can't compare it to anything else besides the cold steel. So I can be like, this cane's a 10 out of 10 because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to canes. As far as cool factor, I think, in my humble opinion, 10 out of 10. As far as a weapon, probably a 6 to 7 out of 10. But again, I don't know cane fighting, so if you do, it might be a 10 out of 10. As far as just an actual cane, I mean, again, I don't want to give it a score, but I love it. I think you will as well. So if you're on the fence and you need a cane, or you just want to look, I don't know, kind of like the Viking Grim Reaper, like ha-da-da, then definitely grab the cold steel axe head cane, because again, it supports my 6'8", 304 fat ass pretty damn well, and I'm sure it will you as well. So as always, folks, I love you all. Please take care, and bye-bye.